Ghanaians have raised concerns with the rent law. A large housing deficit means tenants are at the mercy of house owners. The 6 months advance cutoff point, for instance, is hugely abused. House owners charge between 2 and 3 years rent advance. The Rent Control Department, which is clothed with the mandate to ensure the Act is obeyed, faces challenges.
In doing those inspections, we need logistics to conduct those exercises. But you can bear with me. The department is under-resourced. Of course, so because of this, we cannot do some of those things. Though they are very minimal, we try to monitor, try to do the inspection, where we have to go to the houses, go to the apartment, and ensure that the laws are being enforced. But just as I mentioned, the logistical problems are there, which is impeding some of our functions.
The Public Relations Officer of the Rent Control Department, Emmanuel Posu, therefore welcomed the move by Parliament to review the Rent Act.
Then since 2010, we started to see if we can review the 1963 Act. And fortunately for us, the good news has come that during this section of Parliament, the rent bill will be considered. We've engaged a lot of major stakeholders to bring in their inputs so that we'll have a general law that will benefit all of us. So we are happy Parliament will consider passing this bill for the President to put his hands on it to assent that law so that we can come.
He was worried landlords continue to demand more than 6 months advance from their tenants despite the penalty of a 2-year jail term if caught. Emmanuel Posu advised tenants not to pay advance beyond 6 months. He reminded all that the practice of landlords fixing rents without consulting the Rent Control Department is also illegal, insisting that rent is determined and approved by the Rent Control Department.
When you want to rent your premises out, the first thing you have to do is to come to the Rent Control Department for what we call an assessment. The assessment is where we'll come and determine how much rent you are supposed to pay. There are certain ingredients we put together to come out with the rent. The first is the land on which you've built your premises. We look at the size of the premises, the materials you use, and some other things, even the property rate you pay annually, all come into effect. So that will determine how much rent you are to charge for a period of 2 years.
The constant surge in fuel prices has in recent times left lots of tongues wagging, as it has eventually caused the rise in transport fares and astronomical increase in prices of goods and services. Just when the citizenry are getting over the recent transport fare increment, some energy think tanks have predicted that the price of petrol is expected to increase by some 7%. This, drivers in the capital have explained, will grind their businesses to a halt.
We all
park our vehicles and resort to walking.
I
still owe the filling station some 100 cedis.
The way they increase the petrol, the same drivers, we talk to ourselves, which will make our own price. But you see the last time when you come in, see the people talk about the lorry fare. Hey, the lorry fare is 2 costs, it's 2 costs. But not think about the petrol. No, but not only petrol we are using. We are using petrol, spare parts, brake food, everything, oil. Now every oil increase, brake food, increase everything.
The increase in fuel prices will affect our works and livelihoods. How do we cater for our families with a profit of 20 cedis per day?
For Simon Adbeti Afa, a retired teacher turned driver, and Francis Boachi, a father of 3, one is better off not working as a driver in these hard times of skyrocketing hikes.
The petrol increase, when you say it is Cooper, the government is not in charge, it's not the one in charge of the detail. It is a lie. Whatever happens in the country, in the economy, the government is aware. What about the tax margin that it takes? This morning I was thinking, what do I come here to do? It's better I stay home. It's better I stay home. Because I come here with the man of at least getting something at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, it said, I'm even wasting my time, energy, and everything.
You'll be seeing drivers changing cars. It's not about the drivers are lazy, no. Because you can't keep the money whilst your family are hungry. So you chop the cow-ness money. You chop the money. So at times, but most of the time, which helps is we do the weekly sales. So maybe if today is not good, maybe tomorrow, yes, then it goes. But my brother, it's not easy. So if they say they still want to increase, they should go ahead. Maybe they want us to bring our balls to their houses, especially those people that they say they're going to increase, so that we come for our daily meal. Maybe they'll take care of us.
Just when our conversation was ongoing, this woman in a green dress, who has been sitting in the taxi for long, decided to leave as there were no passengers to fill the empty vehicles. Now that these drivers are hinting of halting their operations to drum home their concerns, will authorities heed to their call of a reduction in prices of petroleum, or commuters will soon be left at the mercy of rains and the scorching sun during trekking? Shadrach Odami Ejari, Metro News, Accra.
This is the situation the residents over here are facing. As you can see behind me, the flood water is gradually eating up the land, and on the far side, as you can see, the covert over there is unable to contain the volume of water that passes through this particular area. So as a result of that, it causes flood.
This is how the area looks like anytime there's a damper. According to the residents, the situation has been existing for over a decade. They said several homes get submerged and properties destroyed because the drainage is unable to contain the volume of water that passes through when it rains. Parents hesitate to send their wards to school anytime there's a damper.
All right, so welcome back. That was the Reporter's Block. I hope you enjoyed it.